Hi and welcome back to my channel again. Today is another video in my niche selection playlist, and this is a topic that I'm really passionate about. This is the pet niche. Now, a lot of you have been asking me, is it still viable to do a pet niche? It seems like it's quite a saturated market. There's a lot of websites out there, and in fact there is a lot of websites out there. I have 2 pet websites within this niche, and they're still actually doing really well. It is still a really good niche to get into, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly why and the type of affiliate products you can find to promote on your site and how you can make really good money from display ads. So if the pet niche is something you've been considering getting into, then stick with me in this video and we'll deep dive into all aspects of starting a pet niche. But before we get into this, if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing and clicking that little bell icon so you'll be notified every time I bring a new video out. This is just one video in a playlist that I've created all around selecting a niche for your website. So a niche that you can choose that will be suitable for making passive income from affiliate marketing. So please subscribe and then you'll get notified every time I bring a new video out. So let's head over to the computer now and take a look at the pet niche and see if it's still a viable website and affiliate marketing option that you should consider getting into. Okay, so the number one question I get asked all the time regarding website and affiliate marketing niches is the pet niche. It's obviously a very popular topic and it's a huge market, and people often wonder, is it too saturated? And if they're going to get into a pet website, what type of website should they build? So we're going to look into that now, whether you should build an individual pet website or whether you should go for a more broad and general website. Now, this is one dilemma most people have, and indeed it's one that I had when I first got into the pet niche market. And those of you who follow my channel will know I have Fish Keeping Forever, and that's kind of a narrowed down niche, but it's not narrowed down as small as it can be. So this is a general fish keeping website, but I could have even narrowed it down even further. I actually know some websites that have narrowed it down to just an individual species of fish. So the betta fish is a very common tropical fish, and I know websites that are getting over 150,000 views a month just on that one species of fish. And then you've bigger species of fish like koi carp that to be kept in garden ponds. That's an even bigger market, and I know websites there, I've done some research, that are getting 700,000-800,000 organic searches a month just on koi carp. So there is a market for smaller narrowed niches, and in fact, you know, they can be a little bit easier to capture the market on. But then you can step up a bit and go to something like the fish keeping website, which is targeting a particular type of pet but covering the whole topic around that pet. And then you can go to just a general website. Something like the Spruce Pets is a great example. Let's quickly head over there now and just have a look at that. So here we are over at the Spruce Pets, and anybody who's getting into the pet niche will come across this website. It's a huge company and it's backed by a multi-million-dollar publishing company in the US, and they rank for pretty much most pet keywords. However, is it still possible to outrank a pet website like this? And the answer to that is yes, 100% yes, you can. In fact, on one of my newest pet websites, which is, I think it's 1 year and 3 months old. In fact, let's have a look at the analytics on it here. You can see it was started back in June 2019, and you can see the usual trend, the first 6 months. So if you look around December, it starts to come out of the Google sandbox and we see a lovely little upward trend in traffic. Now, this is the perfect graph for any new affiliate website. This is exactly what you want to see. If we flick over to the day, so this is the graph for every single day, you can see it has very little peaks and troughs. It's pretty much a steady incline all the way up, and currently getting, you can see there on August the 16th, 2016 page views just on that one day. So as you can see, and it is still possible. This is a general website, one that has covers quite a big range of pets within this topic. But if we go back to the Spruce Pets now, you'll see kind of like this one, where they cover dogs, cats, birds, small pets, literally every animal you can think of. And if you take a look at the statistics on this, so let's have a look at Ubersuggest and see roughly how much traffic this website's getting. Now, Ubersuggest is not the most accurate tool out there. I do use it because it's free, and it gives you an overview of the traffic and the domain size and the backlinks, etc. But remember, Ubersuggest only shows you organic traffic. It doesn't show you any paid traffic, and it doesn't show you social media. So as you can imagine, a pets website like the Spruce Pets is going to get an absolute ton of social shares, traffic from social media. So this number here, I usually triple it. So as you can see here, 6.5 million organic searches. So that's the results from the SERPs index for articles they're ranking organically for. And as you can see here, it's 6.5 million. So if you then triple that because of their social media presence, direct traffic, paid traffic, referrals, everything like that, it's probably getting around 15 million views a month. Substantial website by anybody's standards. And as you can see here, they rank for nearly 2 million organic keywords with backlinks, 173,000 backlinks, which is just insane. So, looks very, very powerful. Looks like a website you're never going to beat. However, you can. So let's take a look at some of my content and some of my ranking articles. Now let's see how we do up against a website that's got a 75 domain authority score, has 2 million organic keywords, and gets 15 million visitors to their website. Let's have a look. So if you go to an incognito mode and just type one long tail keyword that we're trying to rank for, which is unhappy guinea pig noises, the noises you should listen for if your guinea pig is unhappy or unwell, search in incognito mode to give you a genuine result. And if we do that here, we can see that the Spruce Pets indeed has the snippet, so they have the position 0. But what's arguably better is that we've got position 1. So if you believe some of the stats that's going around now about snippets, whether you should get the snippet or whether you should get position 1, I mean, it's irrelevant in this case, because to get position 1 underneath the Spruce Pets is still quite a good achievement. But there is many other examples that I can show you that actually where we outrank them considerably, and they're ranked position 3 and 4, where we either have the snippet or we have position 1. So such a big website, but still room for beating them in many keywords related to the pet niche. So here's another example where within the pet niche, so do gerbils like to be held? And yeah, I am going to out some of my keywords here, which is probably a silly thing to do. But yeah, do gerbils like to be held? As you can see, we have the snippet for this long tail keyword, and ranking number 1 and bringing in quite a lot of traffic, a few thousand visitors a month. And as we scroll down, you can see we've beaten some of the big forums and places like WikiHow. But you can see right here at the bottom, the Spruce Pets is ranking for this keyword, but the bottom of page 1, and we're the top of page 1 winning the snippet. So as you can see, it is still possible to outbeat some of these websites for individual keywords, and particularly some long tail keywords. Whether you'll beat them overall in traffic and domain authority is highly unlikely, but you can still pick off those low hanging fruits, and if you get enough of them, you can build up a substantial amount of traffic right under the noses of these big websites. So if we take a look now at Google Trends, and let's see within the pet niche, so let's type pets to start with, and let's go for 5 years here in the United States, because this is primarily where we target our websites in the US. And you can see here, it's just a nice steady trend. There is no peaks with seasonal. There is a few peaks, and for whatever reason that is, I'm not sure. You can see that there is a steady need and a steady search for queries within Google. So what's really interesting in Google Trends, you can see the comparisons between a couple of type of pets that you could write about. So I've put in here a search comparison with dogs and cats, and you can see that cats has had a nice steady trend over the last 5 years, still a popular topic. But if you look at dogs, then there's been a slight increase over the years, and recently now becoming very, very popular in the search. So you can see that there are some trends within this niche, but they're very much either on a plateau, so constant and steady, which is what you want. You don't want to see any erratic ups and downs, and also some slight growth in this area. So it definitely looks like the topic is still on the increase and still a safe niche to go into. So if you now head over to Google, we'll have a look at some of the search volume within Google. So I've typed in dogs here, and you can see that dogs alone has 6 million organic searches per month. Then if we narrow it down to dog breeds, you can see that it now comes down to 1.8 million searches a month. And then we could go even further and narrow it down to dog breeds that are small. And let's have a look what that comes down to. And that brings it down to 6,000 searches a month. So you can see how the pattern goes. You can have the general dog website. You can then have a website that's just about particular dog breeds. And then you could even narrow it down and have a dog website that's all about breeds that are small. So, you know, maybe dogs that are suitable for keeping in apartments or small complexes. So you can see how it goes when you want to narrow that niche down. So the question is still, do you have a general pet website, or do you have a smaller niche website within the pet industry? Now, if I head back to the spruce, I just want to show you something. So if you see the sections up here, dogs, cats, birds, small pets, horses. If you're really keen on reptiles, let's say, let's click reptiles, then you can see there's an absolute ton of content on here that you can still write. Now again, you could narrow this down to specifically something like lizards or snakes, and that would give you more of a fighting chance against a big website like this for ranking individual content. But, and this is where the controversy is going to come, I can see the messages already. I think you should be going for a general pet website. This has always gone against the grain. Most affiliate website marketers will tell you to niche down, and I have done that in the past, and I still believe there is topics and there is niches that you should niche down, but the pet niche is not one of them. I think in this day and age, 2020, 2021, 2022, you should definitely be looking at a more broader general website. Okay, so we've established now that there definitely is traffic out there, and it's definitely possible to beat some of the bigger players in the pet niche. So how should you monetize it, and how should you go about building your website? Do you go for products? Do you go for articles to get traffic over to your website? How should you do it? Well, as an example, let's just head over to my Google Analytics and I'll show you some stats from my pet website that is more general based. It's not the fish keeping website. And let's have a look at some of the numbers that's coming through. So if we head over there now, I am going to have to obviously blank some of my URLs out, otherwise I'll be literally giving away my entire website. If we go there now, you can see here, I've narrowed this down. So this is for the past year. So this is some of the traffic numbers on each article over the past year. And as you can see here, you can see that the highest number, 15,000 page views, is around 6% of all the traffic to my website. And the next most popular one is 14,000 page views, again, which is 6% of your website. And then the rest is all around 1 and 2% of the traffic to my website. Now this seems a low number, but it's actually what you need. It's very dangerous to build a website around one particular article. So say you've got one article that brings in 100,000 page views a month, and it's 60-70% of your traffic, then all it takes is for somebody to come and outrank you on that one article, and you lose pretty much 70% of your income and your traffic. So it's better to have a lot of content that's bringing in smaller page views per month across the entire website. So if I give away one of these keywords, which I just did earlier, and somebody goes and outranks me for that, I'm only going to lose a few page views per day. So it won't impact my website in its entirety. So if you look at these numbers here, now the difference is, which I want to point out, is all these articles on here are all information posts. Now there is a lot of product reviews on here, but I'm certainly finding product reviews are much harder to rank these days. So all these articles that you see here, right up until number, let me have a look, 31. So the 31 most popular article on my website, which brings in 2,000 page views so far is a product. So this is a best X for Y type product. So as you can see, the most popular articles by far within the pet niche are your information articles. Articles that you can easily find. Like if we just quickly head over to Google, I'll quickly show you how to find one. And this is totally off the top of my head. So let's type do dogs and let's have a look what Google's brought up. Cry. So do dogs cry. So this keyword here brings in 12,000 searches a month. And you can see it's covered by a couple of high domain authority sites. This is going to be very, very tricky to outrank. But then you can have a look at some other suggestions. So this is Keywords Everywhere tool that I'm using. Then you can see here it's brought up some more suggestions. Do dogs grieve? So if we have a look at that and see if that's any easier. So we can see that there is some smaller domains here. So there's a 39 domain, which is still very high. You're still not going to outrank that. But then we can narrow it down even further. Dogs pining for owners. Let's have a look at this one. So this gets 40 searches a month. And we're bringing in... So we now have a DA of 17 on the site, ranking at about position 6. And we also have a DA of 30, ranking in position 7. And if we look at the one in position 6 here, it's a DA of 17. It's got 0 backlinks. So that's doing quite well in for a keyword that is targeted by some of the bigger sites, but it's still ranking. It'll still bring in a little bit of traffic. So you can see that the articles are still out there and it is still possible. And it is information posts that are still doing the best. Now, obviously, once you've got that traffic over to your pet website, you're going to want to monetize it. And there's a few ways you can do that. So number one is going to be ad revenue. So that's the ads that you will find that's within your content. And every time somebody views that, you get a certain amount of pay for them doing that. So this is widely known to be one of the most easiest ways of monetizing a website. It's very easy once you hit a certain threshold. So you can see here over on my fish keeping website, you can see the ads are naturally placed within the content. So we have one here in the sidebar, one within the content here, and you can see there's even one down in the bottom section of the website. So these are ads that generate you an income, and it's called RPM. So it's the revenue you will earn for every 1,000 people that see impression or see your advertisement. You get paid a certain RPM. Now that RPM can vary from site to site. And if we take a look at my example here, I'm with Mediavine for 2 of my websites. You can see here that the first website at the top here is my fish keeping website, which has got an RPM of $15.05. And the one below it is my general pet website, which has got an average RPM of around $14.34. Now, these are quite low RPMs. We're just coming out the back end of the pandemic that's happened, and it's drove RPM and ad revenue right down. I'm also playing around with taking some of the adverts off certain pages to see if I can increase sales through affiliate commissions. So the RPM bounces up and down, but generally for a pet website, a good figure to aim for is around $20 per 1,000 visitors to your website. So you can see, with the Spruce Pets getting 15 million visitors and they're getting $20, probably more like $30 on a site like that per 1,000. I mean, wow. I mean, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars per month if you can get a website to that size. But I aim for these websites to get around 1 million page views per month, which would bring me in anywhere from around $7,000 to $15,000 in just ad revenue alone, which is just absolutely insane. So you're still a great way of monetizing your website is with the ad revenue. So your second form of monetization is going to be through products. So whether these are Amazon products or whether they're through individual affiliates, which I'll show you a couple of examples in a moment, you can make some good commissions from selling pet products. Now, the only downside to the pet niche with products is that they're very small and inexpensive items. I've only found a few products that are around the $100, $200, $300. So there certainly isn't that much commission to be made on products. You're going to have to sell a lot of products to do that. But to give you an idea, some of my pet sites,
that are getting 40, 50,000 organic searches a month are earning around $500 through Amazon commissions. But I make a lot more money through private and smaller affiliate programs, and I'm going to show you a couple of examples now. So Chewy.com is one of the affiliate programs that I use. Now this is a very popular online outlet especially in the US, and it has every single product you can think of. In fact, within the fish niche, there's more products on here than they are on Amazon, because Amazon tends to repeat the same product. So you might have one type of fish food, and on Amazon there's 50 people selling that one type of fish food, whereas on here you might have 50 varieties of fish food. So it is really good for products. It's very simple to join their affiliate program, and it's very simple to implement their products onto your website. So I find the service very easy to use. Now there's always going to be different criteria and different ways that you get paid out from these schemes. And now with Amazon, the good thing about Amazon is it converts very well. So most people have an Amazon account. Most people prefer to shop through Amazon. It's quick delivery and it's trusted and it's known. But you make a very small percentage, maybe just 1% of a product you sell. So you have, like I say, you have to sell hundreds of products to make a decent amount of money. With Chewy, their program is different. So they pay you for every time you sign up a customer. So if somebody clicks on a product on your website and they purchase it from Chewy, they will have to sign up to an account with Chewy.com. When they do that, they will pay you like a referral fee. So I currently get around $13 for every customer that signs up to Chewy. Now, again, there are some criteria. If they've ever had an account with Chewy before, you won't get paid. So it does narrow the market down. But as you can see, if you get $12 for every customer you sign up, it certainly beats the 1% that you'll get from Amazon. But again, you know, it converts well on Amazon, so it's still one of the preferred methods of monetizing products on your website. So another one is Petco, and that's again another very big affiliate program within the pet niche, very popular again in the US. Very similar to Chewy to set up, very simple, very easy to implement the products on your website, and they pay a better commission than Amazon. It's not much bigger, but it is still another outlet. So on a site you could offer a particular brand of dog food, and you could say go get this from Amazon, go get it from Chewy.com, or go get it from Petco. So you could offer 3 different options. It's also a safer bet if one of the programs ever shuts down, like if Amazon takes away their affiliate program, you've got these other companies to fall back on. But then there's other affiliate products that you should consider selling. So if you're in the dogs or cat or horse website or niche, it's really good to offer something like insurance, pet insurance, which can offer some huge affiliate commissions. So with some of the pet insurance plans, if you sell an insurance plan for a horse, that can run into hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So the affiliate program, the pet insurance company, will then pay you a substantial amount for sending that customer over to them. And that can range from anywhere from around $30 to, I've seen kind of $150, $200 in referrals. So if you can get an article around pet insurance to rank well, and you make several sales a day, you know, you could be making several $100s per day just selling pet insurance through your pet website. So there is a lot of alternatives, and if you like to know where to find them, and I've just randomly found Authority Hackers article here, and they have the 12 best pet affiliate programs for 2020. And as you can see on here, you've got Zoo Plus, you have Petco, which we've just seen, brain training for dogs. There's loads on here. So, I mean, there's some great herbalistic medicine for dogs. That's very popular. Let's have a look what else we can see. So, pet care, pet supplies in general. Paw.com, which is a website that sells dog beds and dog bedding and stuff. And they offer really good affiliate commissions. I think it's around 20% of yeah, there you go. So 20% of all the products you sell, and a lot of their products are $100, $200 products. So you get 20% of everything that you sell from them. There's another one here, 4% commission. Let's have a look at this one. 20% again. So there are some bigger affiliate pet programs out there. If you've seen one of my videos I did recently where I had my best day ever, $550, the biggest chunk of that $550 in that one day was from a pet product. Now, I'm not gonna reveal that niche because that would be silly because I'm trying to rank for that. But it was a product that is priced at $500 to $600. And I was making around $45 per sale, and that day I happened to make quite a lot of sales all in one day. So there are pet affiliate programs out there other than Amazon, but generally selling pet products and stuff is still a really good way of monetizing your website. And then there's other ways that you can monetize your website. So you could make a YouTube channel. So you could create a website, link it over to a YouTube channel, and every time you write a pet blog, you can turn that into a video, get subscribers, and then hopefully you can get your channel to have enough subscribers, get monetized, and then you can make an income from that. Now, I know there's a lot of pet websites that do this. Some really, really big. There's one particularly there's two. There's one in the guinea pig sector, one in the rabbit sector that I know make substantial amount of money from their YouTube channel. But they all started off with a pet blog and eventually turned it into a YouTube channel. So that's a really good way of monetizing the pet niche. And then there's another form of ad revenue that you can get, and that's private advertising. Now, I've done this with Fish Keeping Forever, where I went to a major company and I said, listen, I'm getting 80,000 page views a month. Would you like to buy a small advertisement on my website or in the footer? And surprisingly, one of them said yes. And I charged them $500 for 1 month to put an advert on my website. It blended in with a lot of the other adverts on there, so nobody really knew it was there. Nobody really knew that I privately sold that advertisement. And I made $500 for a couple of months. Now, unfortunately, then, like I say, my traffic dropped a bit. And if you get under 50,000 page views a month, they're probably not going to be that interested. But if you can get a website that's getting 100, 200,000 page views per month, you can reach out to these companies and say, you know, hey, I really recommend your product. I have some articles that are ranking for your product, and I would like to get an advertisement on my website. Would you be interested in buying some advertising space? And often they will say yes to increase the sales of their products. So that can be very, very lucrative, especially if you can get like a dog food brand to get involved, something like that. They pay huge advertising budgets. They have huge budgets to spend, and spending $500 or $1,000 a month for an advert on your website is not out of their range at all. Don't be shy about asking for $500, $700, $1,000 to put an advert on your website for a number of months. They will take you up on your offer as long as they can see a return for their investment. But it's something else to think about. It's another stream of advertising revenue. So we've looked at general websites, we've looked at niche down individual websites, we've looked at the trends within the pet industry, we've looked at how to monetize your website and the kind of traffic numbers you can see. We've also touched on the type of content that you can write, whether you write information articles going after traffic to get ads and commissions from affiliate sales, or whether you should go for product reviews, or in general a mix of both. So it's entirely up to you which avenue you go down, but certainly within the pet niche, I would say go after traffic first and then monetize later. It's much easier to convince Google that you offer some value and you're answering some questions and some search queries within Google, and get Google to rank you higher up, rather than saying to Google, here's my website, I'm just selling a load of products. That will be a lot harder to rank and may take other methods of ranking and gaining some authority before you see some sales. So I certainly think it would be advisable to go after informational content first, and then start drip feeding in some best review and some products into the mix. Now, of course, to be successful in any niche, it's going to take time, and it's going to take a little bit of dedication and a lot of keyword research. So do your homework before you start any niche, but the pet niche is certainly still one I would invest in. In fact, I am certainly considering in the next couple of years adding more and more pet websites. once you build a portfolio of pet websites, you could possibly amalgamate them into one big website. Who knows? The options are endless, but certainly the pet niche is one that I would recommend getting into.
Okay, so there you go. The pet niche, still definitely a viable option for the next few years, certainly. I can't see anything changing. And yes, it is such a big market. It is such a big niche. But as I've just demonstrated with one of my websites, it is still very easy to outrank some of the big main competitors out there. And one of the main reasons for doing that is because they have a lot of authority in general sort of niche, but they don't have individual page authority on certain articles. So there's plenty of content out there that you can easily find that you can still outrank them. And that website I've just showed you there has proved that. It's not been very difficult to do. In fact, it's just been a case of sitting down and get writing, do a little bit of research, get right in, find some good affiliate programs, and you'll still have a very successful affiliate website for many, many years to come. So there you go, guys. I hope you like that. If you do, like I say, hit the subscribe button, click that little bell icon, and you'll be notified next time I bring another one of these niche deep dive reviews. So thanks a lot for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.